I am tired of living like a peasant. Since this video started, Jeff Bezos has already made over $10,000, and I can't even afford Oreos. No, I have to eat Twist and Shout chocolate sandwich cookies. That's nothing to twist and shout about. I could get a real job and, contribute to society, but come on, I'm too good at this YouTube thing. My talent would be wasted at the grocery store. I want to be so filthy rich, the only baths I'm gonna take are the Scrooge McDuck golden coin baths. So rich, the only showers I'm gonna take are golden showers. The stands from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure come in all sorts of varieties. Some are good at combat, some are good at gaslighting. In the past, I have gone through every stand in the series to determine the absolute best stands for performing tasks such as finding your absent father and getting you a girlfriend. But today, I want that bag. To keep this list interesting, I'm gonna have to add a no crime rule, because we, of the Chewy Dog 1 community, are law-abiding citizens. And the list would be incredibly boring if every money-making method involved holding the president's daughter for ransom. So without further ado, here are the top 5 stands in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that would make you filthy rich. Profit equals income minus expenses. Many businesses have to charge a lot of money just to make a tiny bit of profit because their expenses are so high. You ever watch an exterminator go to work? Now, I'm no exterminologist, but all those chemicals, tools, gizmos, and gadgets, yeah, that can't be cheap. Now, what if you could create a thorough extermination company that can deal with vermins, bugs, and any and all tiny pests with zero expenses? Bad company is the RTS stand. Summon your little guys, pick a target, and look at them go. Stop face-tanking the enemy's cavalry, you dinguses. Imagine being a dumb little rat doing dumb little rat things and having an entire miniature US Army pull up on you. What could you even do at that point? These little guys can sweep an entire house, leaving not a single nook or cranny unturned. Not even a rat king could withstand the power of 60 mini M16s, mini Apache attack helicopters, and... What? Is that a mini M1 Abrams? What? Every other exterminator in town will know your name. With zero expenses, you can undercut every other exterminator and steal all of their business, all while still keeping your price high enough to live a comfortable, wealthy life. Despite what your Asian friends' parents may think, becoming a doctor is actually pretty difficult. Anasui is clearly not a doctor. I mean, come on. He is clearly a liberal arts major. Maybe an engineer. Not because he's into components, but because he's a psychopath. Diver Down can dive down into surfaces, objects, and even people. Think of the shark fiend from Chainsaw Man. Doctors make bank. Mucho dinero. Beaucoup d'argent. Now imagine being a doctor with the ability to reach inside of your patient's body without all the fuss of, well, you know, how doctors usually do it. How convenient. How simple. With Diver Down, if you just put in the elbow grease to learn how to doctor, you could become the most efficient doctor in the world. And once you've reached the top, you don't need to be a normal doctor treating the peasant class. No, you gotta go for the big fish, the billionaires, the presidents, the people who are willing to pay you millions of dollars for an operation you can do as simply as reaching into a cookie jar. They call me Dave the way I be diving into my patients. Not like this, though. This is just unprofessional. Jeff Bezos dislocates his arm, you do a little diving, and you just made $1 million. Enjoy. Mr. Beast paid $100,000 for golden ice cream. People will pay $34,000 for a kilogram of Almas caviar. You are kidding me. This does not even look that good. Yeah, I don't really understand it. My diet mostly consists of protein powder, creatine, and frozen meals I nuke in the microwave. But man, some rich people pay some stupid amounts of money for some good grub. Pearl Jam is a stand that makes any food you cook become absolutely heavenly. Pearl Jam will make you cry over a glass of water. How do you even do that? It's water!
I don't know why Tonio decided to set up shop in some random-ass Japanese suburb charging low enough that even 2 high schoolers could afford it. Because this food deserves so much more. Alright, here's the plan. Set up shop in downtown LA, become known as a restaurant with food so good it fixes all your ailments, keep the restaurant exclusive and hard to get into to create a huge imbalance of supply and demand, then cater to all those rich farts in LA and make them feel special for even being allowed into your restaurant. And then, you're gonna have to buy a rake for all those profits. Nobody is gonna pay $100 for a glass of water, but they might if your status makes it worthy so. All business is nothing more than a mind game, and with a product as incredible such as Pearl Jam's cooking, you can easily become a loaf-millionaire. Well, this is an interesting stand, so bear with me on this one, because there's a reason it's number 2 on this list. The Milagro Man, oftentimes referred to as the Milagro Man's Curse, is Part 8 Mario's version of Part 4's Cheap Trick. They're both, haha, f you stands that act more as a curse than a blessing. Cheap Trick attaches itself to its victim's back. If anyone else sees the backside of the victim dies and Cheap Trick transfers over to the person who saw the victim's back. Milagro Man is somewhat similar. Milagro Man makes the user a money magnet. Everything you do, everywhere you go, you just can't stop getting money. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain why it's number 2 on a list called Top 5 Stands to Make You Filthy Rich. Unfortunately, there's a teeny tiny caveat though. You pretty much are guaranteed to become disgustingly rich, but as long as you have the Milagro Man's Curse, you cannot spend a single penny. Anytime you try and spend, throw away, or destroy your money, it fails. You just keep accumulating bills upon bills, filling your home, filling your life. But what good is all the money in the world if you can't spend a cent of it? The only way to get rid of the Milagro Man's Curse is to trick someone else into stealing your money, at which point the Milagro Man's Curse switches from you to the thief, and then the cycle continues. In theory, this should be number 1 on the list. It technically is the one stand in the entire series that is guaranteed to make you filthy rich. But in practice, a person is only as rich as the value of their money, and if you can't spend any of your money, then the money is worthless. And if your money is worthless, you can't really be called filthy rich, can you? But ladies and gentlemen, we don't need the Milagro Man. Heck, we don't need any other stand on this list except for our number 1. This stand will make you filthy rich beyond your wildest dreams. Part 9 would have been finished in 2 chapters if only JoJo had... didn't expect to see this goober here, did ya? Alright, hear me out. Food can be replaced by nutrient paste. Doctors can be replaced by robots. But do you know the one thing we humans cannot replace? Energy. Energy is the basis of all life. I think that I mentioned I'm a college dropout. Nothing in the universe would have ever happened if not for energy. Energy cannot come from nothing. To create energy, we must spend energy. We as a species rely so heavily on electricity, a form of energy, and our dependence is only going to keep growing. So whoever controls the energy controls everything. Tusk Act 4 does a lot of stuff, but I'm only interested in one of its abilities. Infinite spin. Infinite spin spins forever. That right there is infinite energy. We use things like windmills and water mills that spin for energy, but those can only be built in specific places under specific circumstances to create energy. Infinite spin can be used anywhere in the world to create an infinite energy source. With Tusk Act 4, you become the most important person on Earth, the only person capable of creating an infinite energy source. To use infinite spin, the only criteria is that a horse is required, because golden rectangle and math and energy of the Earth or something, I don't know, you need a horse. Once on a horse, galloping in the golden notation, any shots fired off from Tusk make an object or person hit spin forever. You could go country to country, traveling the world, giving unlimited energy to all humans on Earth. You will not only be filthy rich, but you will become a pariah. Electricity isn't cheap, but an infinite generator that runs on nothing, that can be built as easily as a bullet shot from a gun? That right there is the greatest thing to happen to humanity since cinnamon raisin bread. And that is why Tusk Act 4 is the best stand in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to make you filthy rich. Alright, follow me on Twitter. Bye.